Who is the absolute Green Lantern? In the absolute universe, the story begins not with hope, but with the death of Darkseid. His end did not erase him. Instead, his essence merged with the Spectre and bled into reality, forming Earth Alpha, a world harsher and more unforgiving than the main Earth. On this darker foundation, heroes rise not as shining symbols but as survivors of catastrophe. The tale of the absolute Green Lantern begins in Evergreen, Nevada. Hal Jordan and John Stewart are present when Sojourner Jo Mullein returns to her hometown after personal struggles. Before anyone can settle back into normal life, the sky splits open. Abin Sur arrives on Earth, not as a gentle guide but as a cosmic judge. He seals the entire town inside a dome and begins his trial, weighing humanity, as if preparing for extermination. Hovering above Evergreen is a massive Green Lantern construct, a weapon capable of erasing the city. The event does not unfold like the classic Abin Sur crash in the main continuity. Here, Abin's ritual turns into a disaster. His cryptic judgment escalates, bodies vanish in flashes of light, and Hal is cursed by a living dark energy that attaches itself to his hand. This infection transforms him into the absolute version of Black Hand, twisting him into a horror rather than a hero. In the middle of the chaos, Jo Mullein refuses to run. She makes contact with Abin Sur's energy form. In that moment, her plain wedding ring becomes the channel for the green. Abin's power surges into it, searing Jo with visions of alien worlds and binding her to the light. Abin recoils, calling her an anomaly because she was not chosen by design. She seized the power in an act of will, breaking the rules of selection that govern the core. His collapse causes the great lantern construct above the town to fall, and its crash devastates Evergreen. The survivors emerge from ruin to find Jo wielding a new kind of ring. It is not a core-issued weapon but her personal ring transformed into a conduit of willpower. Unlike Hal or John in the main universe, Jo does not carry a badge of order. She carries a symbol of her own promise, reshaped into a lantern's light. The oath that fuels her is not the classic chant but the vows tied to her ring, reframed as the source of her strength. This is what makes Absolute Green Lantern fundamentally different. The core is fractured and distant, Oa is unreachable, and the Guardians feel absent. The Absolute Ring does not select based on pure worthiness. It bonds with what matters most to its wielder, tying light to memory, to grief, and to survival. On Earth Alpha, the ring does not inspire hope, it forces those who wield it to endure fear. Hal Jordan's fate is the sharpest contrast. In the main universe, he is the face of Green Lantern. In the Absolute Universe, he becomes Black Hand, consumed by the infection Abin's energy left behind. His transformation cements Jo as the primary bearer of Earth Alpha's light. Where Hal falls to shadow, Jo holds the line with a ring born of vows and pain. The events that bring the ring to Earth are not Destiny's quiet handoff but a catastrophic crash that erases a town. The people of Earth Alpha see the Lantern's arrival as alien intrusion, not salvation. Corporate forces like Hector Hammond descend to exploit the wreckage, hunting Jo as the anomaly Abin named her to be. So who is Absolute Green Lantern? She is Jo Mullein, chosen not by the core but by defiance. She becomes the Lantern not because she was scanned and approved but because she seized the light in a moment of survival and refused to let go. Her ring is personal, her oath is private, and her fight is grounded in a world poisoned by Darkseid's lingering essence. In the main continuity, Green Lanterns are intergalactic peacekeepers. In the Absolute Universe, the Lantern is something more fragile and more terrifying, a survivor carrying a fractured light into a world that mistrusts heroes, where hope is scarce and the shadow of Darkseid touches everything. Jo Mullein is the Absolute Green Lantern, the anomaly who proves that even in a universe built on darkness, willpower can still burn through the void.